June 2023 recommendations. First of all, happy Pride Month, and I hope everyone's having a good summer. I mean, as good as we can have it, despite it being hot as all get out. It's hot as hell outside. Anyway, let's all try and have a hot girl, hot guy summer, and hot day summer. Even though it's really hard because everybody is probably tired as fuck. But anyway, let's try and do something with our summer. I don't know. I'm just working. But anyway, here for the yes section. Shazam! Fury of the Gods. I love the first movie, and by no means does it surpass the first movie, but the villains were actually pretty cool. A Crime to Remember. This true crime show won awards, and you can see why. I haven't watched it in a while, as it was one of them that I had a rotation going through when I used to do my ID binges. Bridesmaids. I saw clips of this movie everywhere, and I finally watched it, and what we have is some hilarious antics. Blood. I had no idea where this story was headed, but basically something takes over her son and he needs blood to survive. Legion of Superheroes. Story of Kara first coming to Earth and trying to survive. Between Kara and Brainiac 5, I have a new ship I like. Wonder Woman. Animated Wonder Woman can step on me. This is her origin story, and it's basically the story of the live-action movie because it's her origin, so it's basically the same thing. Never going back. Two very troubled girls basically struggle to do everything, basically in a comedic way. Kind of one of those types of stories. Kiki's Delivery Service. Yes, I'm just now seeing this cute little movie about a traveling witch. Like most Ghibli movies, it's very heartwarming. Something scary. I used to watch these little shorts on Snapchat stories all the time. I didn't know it was an actual show, and lots of the stories are actually really scary and unsettling. Piece of Cake. It's a cute little short on YouTube about wedding cake figures falling in love. The Lego Movie 2, the second part. I thought the first movie was really cute. And this one is supposed to take place with his little sister taking part in the build, and I think they did a really good job capturing that energy. First person shooter. I've been loving these Tubi originals lately. Honestly, they've got some fun ideas over there. This basically has the plot of the second part of Sword Art Online Part 2, so kinda. Yoga Hosers. This movie takes place in Canada, and you will never in a million years guess the plot. So these girls work in a gas station, and Nazi hot dog many men try and take over the world. 3,000 Years of Longing. Yes, the plot is very confusing and kind of hard to follow, but you have amazing acting talent in this movie, and if you miss something, you get a little lost, but it's cute and interesting. Mer People. A documentary on mer people. Some of these mermaid people are slaying so much. Scream 6, loved it. I found this one better than the fifth one. And the scene in the convenience store was literally the best scene in the whole movie. I actually guessed all three of the screams because they made it a little too obvious, but was still enjoyable. Bunheads. I wanted to watch this back when it aired, but for some reason I didn't. I can see why this show didn't get another season, but I think it was really cute, funny, and charming. The Devil is a Part-Timer Season 2. I feel like Season 2 is moving much slower than Season 1 ever did, but it still has some cute charm. The Little Mermaid duology. Yes, I know technically there is a trilogy because there are 3 movies, but I never cared for Ariel's beginning, and The Little Mermaid was in my top 3 movies of my childhood. So, since I haven't gotten to see the live-action one yet, because I've been busy, I watched these. I hate live-action remakes, as I've mentioned every time there is one. But as this movie is very close to my heart because of the nostalgia, I still can't wait to see it just based off of that fact. Will I like it? I don't know. But the trailer literally brings tears to my eyes. But it's probably that nostalgia kicking in, so you know. Tin and Tina, a couple adopts these twins. It's kind of not explained if they're actually evil or if it's because the children have been religiously traumatized. However, it doesn't make any less creepy. And I don't know what the reason is, and I really don't care what the reason is, but the second they killed my dog, I would have dropped them back off at the orphanage, and I wouldn't have given them another chance, but that's just me, I guess. Unleash. This poor guy is a slave and is forced to fight, and he's so kind and innocent, and all he wants to do is play the piano. Like, I was just like, give him a piano. Like, that's what he wanted. It was so precious. In the Name of God, a holy betrayal. Another one of these sick, perverted, fake religious men taking advantage of people. It was so gross. Machan is a girl. As a girl who's never felt girly and struggles with it it is a big insecurity of mine because I think I'm a little too tomboyish to be attractive to men, and it seems like that is the case since, you know, 26 going, or about to be 26, and I'm still alone. But I found as much peace in this one, and I thought it was really cute and precious, and I cried multiple times. Arnold, a documentary about Arnold, who was a big part of my childhood, as action movies were something that was always a daily routine with me. Love and Death. I'm very familiar with this true crime story, and I thought the portrayal of this was great, and Elizabeth Olsen killed this role. It just was maybe one episode too long, but otherwise it was cool. Cobra, classic old action cheese, but I love it. The Playing Card Killer, documentary of a serial killer who left cards at his crime scene like it was a Joker or something. Postapocalypse. The plot of this was so bizarre that I had to watch it. I thought it was going to be bad, but no, it was actually hilarious. After a ban on gluten, a chef creates a horde of pasta-themed zombies. Dumplings. I heard it was unsettling and creepy, and I don't know if it's because I've seen and played a lot of messed up things in my lifetime, but I found this story very tame. House of Wax. The movie was very unsettling, but had a good pace and simple but creepy. Kaylee's last review. The channel Alter, which I just discovered a few months back, makes these really amazing short films, and this one was one about a girl trying to make it on YouTube, which I understand, but she went way too far. Pride all the time. Alter also made a group of short stories for Pride Month. I think it was like 3 of them, and they kept their normal vibe of creepy stories, but lots of the stuff that happened in these stories is very real to some people, and it's heartbreaking. Eat. Now this is on the disturbing side. This is a struggling actress starts self-harming herself because she's hungry at first by literally eating herself. Literally. And it is as disturbing to watch as you think it would be. It's very unsettling to watch, but it was a big surprise when Jeffree Star's song played the whole opening credits. I was like, oh, this movie's gonna be good. Like, I knew it. I was like, this movie's gonna be good because this is the kind of vibe we're going for. Okay. Grease, Rise of the Pink Ladies. As a big fan of the original movie, I was afraid they were going to take something I liked and twist it. But no, it's actually a prequel, and it doesn't actually do anything with the original characters. Instead, they're kind of set up in the background, but it sets up the other movie instead by using characters that weren't in the original. I thought that was really cool. Of Hollow Tree. This is a concept movie made on YouTube. I hope they decide to actually make this into a full-length movie because basing a story around skinwalkers is very creepy, and it's an untouched thing right now. I think it would be really cool. Out. A simple story about coming out to your parents. Art style was so cute. Honor Society. I find movies like this enjoyable. I don't know why. It just scratches my brain. Thumbelina. I love fairy tales and fantasy. It's like my favorite thing. It's always been something I've enjoyed. And I like how the fairy prince was like a himbo, not like the normal brave prince. He was kind of clumsy and stuff. I thought that was cute. Beauty and the Beast. This is a French movie, and I saw it. I saw that it was going to be more book accurate version of the original fairy tale, and it really was, and it was visually stunning. The Griffin. I love stories like this where magic comes into the real world and fantasy creatures. It's my favorite thing. And the whole group of characters is amazing, and their backstory is great, and the main character is done amazingly. And the practical effects they use looked great. This is based off of a book series. Earth Girls Are Easy. Aliens come down to Earth and basically meet some girls and comedy ensues. Now for the mess section. Lullaby. A woman sings a cursed lullaby to her baby. One would wonder why she'd keep something like that lying around because her sister or something left it and she knew that it was cursed and she still left it in the house. I don't know. Hidden Exposure. This whole movie made me mad. He was literally the worst, and I don't know, he just sucked. And then when he became our main focus, it made me even more irritated. Alone at Night. A cam girl goes into a cabin in the middle of nowhere and her stalker finds her. John Wick 4. It hurts me to do this because this saga has been one of my favorite things in the whole world. But this movie just didn't keep the same momentum that the series has been building up to this whole time. This series has been building up for the past 3 movies up to this giant moment, and it just felt like something changed. It just didn't feel right. I don't know. And I have nothing in the no section. And everyone stay safe and have a good start to summer.
Finish him!